Hi, I'm Ed Samuel, career coach with SamNova. Hey, thanks for joining us on Career Trails. Our careers in many ways resemble hiking on a trail. We encounter dead ends, detours, obstacles, steep hills, twists and turns. Sometimes we get lost, stuck, bored, and many times even surprised. On each episode, we meet new people and ask them questions about their careers, gain their insight, honest advice, and lessons learned in their journey. We might even meet a few four-legged friends along the way. Today, we're here at Anson Nixon Park. It's a 106-acre township park in Chester County, PA. The park has 3 miles of trails. So let's get started on our hike today and see who we run into. Okay, hey, thanks for stopping and chatting with us for a few minutes. What's your first name?
Trish.
Chris? So what's your profession?
Early intervention.
Early prevention. Now, what does that involve?
Working with children who have IFSPs, which are family plans for their specific goals that they need to work on.
Oh, wow. What ages did that start at?
Birth to 3.
Birth to 3?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. What got you excited about going into that career field? And did you go to college for that or school?
I did. I have a certification in special education and a certification in speech and language pathology.
How long have you been doing this?
Ooh, I'm going to say 24 plus years.
Wow. Now, so here's a question. If somebody wanted to get into that kind of profession, you know, what are a couple of things that you've learned so far that really give people kind of a good way to kind of break into that field?
Well, actually, I started within high school. They did a program where it was like a work study kind of thing, where there was a whole team of people that came in one day and they had different professions to be interested in. And I thought that was great because you got to pick what you wanted to maybe be interested in. And then you got to go and spend the day or a week with this person to see if that job was right for you. And I went to a school and I absolutely loved it. So
super. So you got a glimpse of it in a pretty decent way in high school.
Yes, I knew my path at that point.
What's one of the challenges in the role, this particular profession? What's the one thing that is tough, is a tough part of it, or is there no tough parts?
There's I wouldn't say there are really tough parts. But there's different dynamics of things, you know, different upbringings with children, and you just have to work your way around that and work with the parents and their teaching styles as well, because we help them. We coach them to help their children throughout the week, and then we see them once a week, and then they do the practice.
Got it. You know, if you look back at your career right now, you know, up to this point, would you say it was easy, bumpy, fun, difficult, challenging?
Oh, all the
above.
What
do you think? All the above.
All the above. All the above. I'm mostly fun. I really, really, really love what I do. It's really great to see the children progress. So that's a highlight.
Oh, super. If there's one big lesson that you would share with someone as we close about, you know, your career, what would one big learning be that you would want to share?
Well, you've got to love kids.
Got to love kids, right?
You've got to love kids. And
love
you've got
what you're
to deal
doing.
with, you know, certain behaviors sometimes. And, you know, I work with 2-year-olds a lot of the time. So you get those terrible 2s, but I always tell parents it's not 2, it's 3.
Wow, that's amazing.
But we work around those, and that's what we're, you know, helping parents do.
Yeah, thank you so much for spending time with us. Very kind of you, and we wish you well.
All right, thank you.
What's your first name?
Wendy.
Wendy, hey, thanks so much for joining us on the trail. Hey, what's your profession? What have you done for a living?
Well, I'm now semi-retired, but I still am a writer, curator of furniture, author, co-editor.
Oh my gosh, curator of furniture. How long have you been doing that? Your whole career, your whole life?
Yeah, since graduate school.
Oh my gosh, what got you involved in being a writer tied to furniture?
I worked for the Rhode Island Historical Society under a very good fellow who had been a curator of furniture, and then I went to graduate school for that, and that's how I got in it.
And then you just loved it ever since?
Yes.
Did you work for one company or were you independent?
I worked for 4 different museums.
4 different four different companies.
Fine arts museums.
Is it like companies like Ethan Allen?
No.
Oh, no. Okay, what would be a name of a company that people might
A
recognize?
museum.
Oh, a museum.
Yeah.
A curator for a museum.
Museum of Fine Arts in Boston.
Fine
Columbia,
Arts.
Williamsburg.
Oh, okay.
Brooklyn Museum. All different.
And did you work at those? Did you actually have to go to those places and live there, or did you do this work remotely?
Oh, it's a no. No, not remotely. I mean, it was too long ago to do it remotely. No.
No, so you were actually
hands-on.
living in those places doing
Hands-on.
that work.
Yeah.
What would, if somebody wanted to be a curator in a museum, what's the biggest advice you would give them, in terms of kind of looking into or going into that kind of field?
Get a graduate education where you can actually be hands-on with objects.
Hands-on.
Yeah.
Hands-on.
In an art history department or an institution that has a good collection. Yale has a great collection. Winterthur Museum through the University of Delaware has a program.
Well, if you were to give somebody one bit of advice about, how to look at a career, what would that one piece of advice be?
At any kind of a career,
Any kind of career. What's one?
focus on what you love.
Focus on what you love. Wow. You and I have that in common. That is for sure. So if you were to choose one word, just one word about your career, easy, bumpy, fun, difficult, boring, action-packed, what would that one word be?
Varied.
Varied. Wonderful. Wendy, well, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us on the trail, and we wish you well.
Thank you.
So here we are at the end of the trail at Anson Nixon Park. Hey, before we leave you, here's a trivia question about the park. What kind of annual rodeo is held at Anson Nixon every year? To find the answer and to get a career tip for the day, go to our website, samnovainc.com, SamNovaInc.com. Click on services, go to the drop down, and you'll see career trails. Until next time, this is Ed Samuel, career coach with SamNova. Remember, each and every one of you have a God-given right to get to that better place. Hope to see you on the trail soon. God bless.